Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. My name is Lucas and today we're going to be doing something very interesting. Nowadays, AI is moving so fast. The technology world is coming up with new solutions left and right every single week. And today we can basically build apps with AI going from concept to UX UI design to actually building out the front end to actually building out the back end, adding authentication and adding payment systems to your app and actually hosting them to your custom domains, right? So you can get them out to the market ASAP. So today we're going to be doing just that. We're going to be using some little dummy app store that we're going to create with ChatGPT. We're going to create the whole UI in this tool called UX Pilot. We're going to transfer that UI into Lovable and actually add functionality, add the different pages, right? Then we're going to use Supabase for user authentication, so users can log in, can register for your app, and there is a database of users, right? We're going to use Stripe for these for payment methods inside of this app. So there's going to be different types of things that you can book, for example, and we're going to be using Stripe for that, and Netlify for the hosting system. Once you're done with the app, you can just put it over here, bring it to GitHub first actually, and then bring it over here, and then you can just add it to your custom domain. So if this is something interesting for you guys to learn, which I believe it's crazy how we can do this today, stick around and let's get started. So the first tool that we're going to use is something called ChatGPT. Obviously the most popular tool in this toolbox that we have today. And in ChatGPT, I kind of have an idea in mind, but I believe that ChatGPT does a great job in terms of organizing your idea or brainstorming with you, creating a structure, right? So that's kind of what I want to do with ChatGPT now. So I'm writing here in the prompt, I have an idea of creating an event booking system similar to Ticketmaster, but for local learning events, group classes, let's just delete this, group classes and one-on-one tutoring for individuals interested in learning about topics such as UX design, UI design, front-end development, back-end development, AI engineering. So kind of like this world, and provide me with more ideas for a concept like this, and then provide me with a sitemap I can use. So we're going to use this for ChatGPT to kind of digest and create something for us. And ChatGPT provided us with some really cool ideas, like other than event listing and booking, which we already had, instructor profiles, which I think is very valuable, live and hybrid events, subscription and memberships also might be valuable. This is cool, certification and skill badges, AI-powered recommendations, community and networking. So a lot of different things that we can add as well. So payments, like we spoke before with Stripe, that's where we're definitely going to add that. So we have a sitemap, we have the homepage, we have events, we have instructors, we have one-on-one tutoring, memberships, community dashboard, blog and resources, help and support, about us, and so this is a good way to start. If I were you, I would really go deep into each one of these subsections and kind of really have this, structured out before you actually build anything, just so you have like a good first plan of what to build. But I think for this tutorial, we have enough. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take this, or I'm going to ask ChatGPT to give me like a nice prompt for this next tool called UX Pilot, so that we can actually create a wireframe out of this and eventually a design. So I want ChatGPT to help me create a prompt to give to UX Pilot, right? So ChatGPT provided me with this pretty long prompt. So it says prompt for UX Pilot, learning event, booking platform, wireframes. So project name, it gave us this project name, local learning event platform. So it says design wireframes for a web and mobile app that allows users to browse, book, and attend local learning events in subjects such as UX design. Okay, so it gave us this like brief objective, which is great. And then it gave us this more detailed features over here, key user roles and features. So guest users before login, home screen. Okay, so this is a little bit more advanced. And what we're going to do now is, parallel to reviewing this, is we're going to go to UX Pilot and open a new design file. And I'm going to call this, we're going to call this Learn Face. I don't know, first name that popped up to my head. So this is the name of our app, right? Learn Face. So it's as easy as that, right? We have our Learn Face. UX Pilot interface open, and we can either have generate or save. Right now I don't have anything saved, so we just go to generate, and then we have a standard model, which I guess there's only one, and we can generate a desktop app. So let's just close this, and here we can basically see this is the context of what for our prompt, and we have prompt examples. So the prompt examples are basically very, they are quite small. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this first one. And so I'm going to delete this design wireframes app, an app that allows users, a web app, that's right, a web app that allows users to browse, book, and attend local learning events and subjects such as, okay, so that's a cool thing. Now we have this with the flow. So we can generate an auto flow just to show you how this looks like. But I guess this is like the flow of different pages. So we have the home page, browse through list. So I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot of this, and I'm going to bring this to ChatGPT, and I'm going to say, please structure the site plan as flows, view, attachment. So I can copy, paste to UX Pilot. Right. So I added this little image for them. So, okay, so now it has the homepage flow. So let's go ahead and copy each one. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete. So these are the different screens, right? We give this main general context here, and now we just go like this. So we have the homepage flow. Let's remove the word flow and remove the main here. Display featured events, categories, and upcoming learning opportunities. Call to action buttons, browse events, sign up, become an instructor, search bar for quick. Okay, so let's just separate everything, put some periods, and let's add more screens. So that's number 1, and then we have a total of 9. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I didn't really add all of the flows because you have to pay for the pro plan to add a little bit more flows. So I'm just using the starter plan, and I'm using just 5, which is totally okay because I skipped some of these flows that were like the payment flow or the user authentication or account creation flow, because I think we can create those later in Lovable. So we're just doing like the main, detail or informational pages, right? So let's go back to UX Pilot. So what we have is the following. We have the standard model. We are doing wireframes for now. We have this context. We have this flow, and we can go ahead and click generate. And now it's generating. This is group 1, which is the wireframe, and it takes a few seconds to generate. So at the end, it did take like about a minute or so to generate these, but these are really nice wireframes. As you can see, it says it's called Learn Local. I didn't really provide the name. I should have provided it over here, but Learn Local is a better name than Learn Face. Let's face it. So basically, we have these different wireframes, right? We have the homepage flow, we have the event browsing flow, event details flow, instructor flow, and community flow. So if we go to the first one, the homepage flow, we have like this nice standard hero section where we have the search function, and we can discover local learning events. I can imagine some type of background with a cool like classroom or like a one-on-one session, right? We have different events, so advanced UI design principles, React for beginners, AI engineering fundamentals with a specific price. We have popular categories, so we have these different categories. Share your knowledge so you can become an instructor. Really, really basic, really beautiful wireframe. I really like the, it uses a nice font. I believe this is something like Inter or something like that. Nice coloring as well. It's like not like completely gray. It's like a bluish gray or a bluish dark gray, I think, and a blue color. So I like that color combination. Really nice wireframes. Here for this event browsing flow, we have the different events. We have this filter built in on the left. I also see this over here. So we have browse events, categories, become an instructor. And basically it's a nice simple navigation system that works. This is the event detail page. So basically if you click on this, it goes to this, which is great. And then you can just buy this, register now, or you can add to the calendar. And this register now would take you to Stripe. That's great. And then we have this instructor flow, create an account. Okay, so this is basically like the instructor, like once the instructor is created, you can sign in as an instructor or as a student. And then this is the community flow. So either you are a student, yeah, you're a student, and you can basically chat here. So that's pretty cool that it has these advanced, advanced functionality, chat system in their knowledge base, UX Pilot, that they can create wireframes for these things. They can create wireframes for these types of dashboards and also for these types of like e-commerce type of systems where you can book things, right? So now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and do the hi-fi design. So for hi-fi, we have standard model or Flowbyte. Flowbyte, I think, is like an open design system, open source, or you can custom design your own system. So create your own design system. And there's like a little YouTube video. I guess it has to do with Figma. So yeah, you can upload your own design components from Figma. So if you want to go all out in that, you can do that. You can do so. I'm just going to use a Flowbyte for this tutorial. But if you guys are interested in seeing how to do that, please let me know in the comments below, and I can, make a video about that. So we have this context, and we have the hi-fi. So let's just do this. Let's go ahead and add this flow again. I thought I was gonna, automatically be there, but it's not. So I'm just gonna add the flows again and then generate this hi-fi design to see how that looks like. So now again, after like a minute or so, it's generated. I also added this new page, a sign up page, because I was quite interested in knowing how this would look like. But good, we have it. So now we have the wireframes on the top. We have these designs on the bottom. I like this blue color. I would prefer an image in the background. I know that, yeah, you can see it. Double click to start editing, section editing. So I can double click this, and I'm just kind of wondering how this would look like. Can I just, yeah, this edit section is kind of complicated. I don't really know how it's done. Edit screen. Okay, so you can basically quick edit, enter your prompt. So place the hero text and CTA in the middle of the hero section and not the top. Let's just maybe do something like that. Oh, did it generate this page? Okay. Anyways, yeah, I guess you can quick edit some sections. You can also click on this code, little icon that we're going to do right now, actually. And you can save and retrieve in Figma. What does that mean? That means that you can save this specific design and import it into Figma. So UX Pilot has a really good Figma plugin that you can use. It's completely for free. And you just sign into your account in this Figma plugin, and you can just basically transport or migrate your Figma, your design to Figma. So this is something not so good. I'm going to basically just generate this one again, right? Somehow the prompt was for this one. So let's edit the screen. Okay, this is not good. This is quite confusing. So I was clicking on this, and now it's going to basically generate this one. So it's kind of a little bug, I guess, but we can fix that. I'm going to go ahead and try to bring these designs into Lovable. So by doing so, we can just use this code thing, this code icon, and kind of first prompt Lovable and then provide them with that code so that it gets the style of this and it can actually generate something that looks like this, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this over here, and let's say generate a web app. It's called what was the name? It was called Learn Local. Perfect. Learn Local. That allows users to book. Okay. Please use this code as the main page. So let's go back to UX Pilot. Let's get this one. And this is the source code. We can copy this and we can bring this to Lovable and space paste, click on enter and wait for that to spin up basically. And this is the whole source code, right? So after a good 3 to 4 minutes of waiting, Lovable basically creates this, right? And this is something that I still, to this day, I mean, I've been using Lovable, I think, daily for the past 3 weeks, and I'm still quite amazed on how much I love this tool. It's just amazing, the potential behind it. There are some things that we need to fix, right? For example, the pricing is up here. I think here, okay, yeah, basically it's the same type of style. So because we generated this one, right? But with Lovable, we can go ahead and maybe like edit certain things. So we can go and click on this div, and instead of making it blue, we can make it black, right? We can make it white. So maybe something like this. I don't know. We can make it black for now. So that's actually pretty cool from Lovable. It has this visual editor. It created these filters, which is pretty crazy. The filters already work. It created this date, so we can go something like this. We can put online or in person, right? We can enter the specific price range, just like it does it in UX Pilot. So that's extremely impressive. So now the next step that we want to do is we want to actually add the rest of the pages, because if we go back to Lovable and we click on this, we only have index and event detail. So if we click on this, this is like basically the event detail page, but we don't have the rest of the pages. So what I want to do now is I want to go back here and I want to go and select all of these different things. And let's go back to Lovable. I'm going to paste this here. And I'm going to say, okay, we already have this home page. So please add the following pages, and shift enter. We're going to go event. So events page, right? So that's the first thing. I actually like the nav bar from what we had up here. So it's browse events categories and become instructor. So before we do that, we add the pages. Let's just fix that nav bar. Please make the nav bar have the following content or context or buttons, right? Or options. Sorry, guys. Following options, and then let's just add that from UX Pilot. So I'm just going to take a screenshot of this. Instead of just typing it, we can just put a screenshot and Lovable can basically see that. So let's just go like that. See image, see attachment. And then let's just cut this. And let's just fix this first. Okay, so now that's fixed. Let's add the rest of the pages. And then let's just paste that. And we have, so let's just remove the authentication ones for now, because we want to do that as the next step. So we have the events page. Events page, we already have the events detail. Let's add that events booking and payment flow. I mean, we can put that later. Instructor flow we can add, and community flow, and that FAQ. So let me just delete these numbers. Just put a colon here. And the reason why I'm deleting those user auth ones is because I want to do that as a next step. But let's just first add what we need in terms of pages. Okay, so now Lovable did generate the rest of the pages, so we can see here all of the different pages that it basically created. We have this events page as well, right, where we have the collection of events, basically quite similar to the homepage. We have learning groups, right? We have, so this is like more of the community. We have the community home. So you can basically write certain things. So I can post something, I guess. It's not working, but you can eventually get it to work, right? This is kind of a big app that we got here, but all of these different things, all of these different functionalities, you just have to start working and say, okay, in this community page, whenever I write something and I click post, it goes on the bottom, right? So we're not going to go so deep into that today. I just kind of want to show you the basics of how to, set this up. But if you want to do something like that, you just have to command Lovable to do so. So yeah, so basically we have all of these different pages, right? We have this events page, and now what I want to do, I actually see this sign in page, right? And we have this email or phone, and then we have the sign in, or we have Google Auth and Facebook. We can actually get this to work as well, but we need to kind of set this up. Again, we're not going to do that. That might be a good idea for another video, but we can do the sign up thing as well. The sign up page doesn't work, but that's kind of the next step. And we're going to need Supabase for that. So in Supabase, what you need to do is basically go into your dashboard. So this is like my main dashboard, right? And I'm going to click on new project, and we're going to go to this one, and I'm going to call this, what's this called? Learn local, right? So learn local. And I'm going to give this some type of password. So and then we're going to put West Virginia, West US, no, East US, yeah. So North Virginia, create new project. And then let's save this. And basically we're in. So now what we can do is I'm going to go over here to Supabase, and we can connect the project. So we can connect this. So all of these are kind of expired. So we're going to connect this learn local one, connect. And now it's connected. So let's go back to the project. And we also have these new things. I haven't really tried them out. I think they came out like today or yesterday. We have this knowledge base. So with custom instructions, we have GitHub domains, right? This is a new thing. So you can even connect your domain that you know to Lovable, which is great. So you don't even need something like Netlify, I would say. But now let's do this user accounts and logins. So let's set up authentication. I need there to be a way to sign up and sign in via Supabase. So let's go ahead and set that up. So basically, once I wrote that, Lovable gave me this SQL file right here, or lines of code, which is basically creating a table, or it will create a table in Supabase. And let's just apply these changes. So it automatically writes this. And now once that's being applied, it's going to generate this ability to, it's going to basically create this table in my Supabase project, and then be able to, for us to create a user authentication for our app. So now Lovable has basically finished with that. I'm going to go ahead and click on sign in and go down here to sign up. I'm going to just write one of my emails, right? This is one of my emails, write the password. Sign up. and it says sign up successful. Please check your email to verify your account. So I'm going to go ahead and check my email to see what I got. And I got this, confirm your sign up. Follow this link to confirm your user, confirm, and it's gonna, it's gonna show this, which is fine because we're still like in the building process, but I've basically been confirmed, so I can go ahead and check that out here in Supabase. So basically you can see here in this user, so under authentication users, you can see that I'm here, my user ID, my email, right? You could eventually add more fields like your first name, last name, and then you can save that also in Supabase as you sign up, so you can get the person's first and last name. You can get other types of information as well. So that's just, there as a tip. So now we got that with the sign up and sign in. You can go ahead and sign in just to see if this works. So I'm just going to put in my password, sign in, and we are signed in, right? If that didn't work, well, we're clicking sign in, and it's basically signing us in all the time. But those are the little details that you got to fix. But we are basically signed in, and we can go ahead and view all of these different classes. We could have a different type of home page for people that are signed out. Again, these are things that you just got to reiterate with Lovable. But now that we got that auth working, we're signed in, we could go ahead and finish this flow, this purchasing flow. So basically, I would go to this advanced UX research class, click on book now, see this page, and scroll down. You can read more about it. You can see more about the professor or the instructor. Then click on book now, and then you can see complete your booking, full name, email address, phone number, total, confirm booking. And then once you confirm booking, it says booking successful, but that's not really true. You didn't really buy anything, right? So we want to add Stripe here. So we have to kind of command that to Lovable so that Lovable understands that here we need to add that Stripe functionality so that the price, so this is a real product that you have in your Stripe account, and you can actually convert that to your users. So I've told Lovable about this, and it's asking me for my API key. So I'll implement the Stripe checkout for the book now button on the event details page so it understands it. This will require setting up a Stripe integration using Supabase Edge function. First, let's create a Stripe integration with Supabase. I'll need your Stripe API key. So I can click here, and it takes me to my API key page, right? And then what I do is I just copy that API and post it here. Never post it here in the chat, just post it here on this add API key button here. It's going to open like a little field right here, right? So now Lovable has implemented my Stripe API. So if I am in this event detail page and I click on checkout, it says login required. Please sign in to book this event. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and publish this again, update this. And once this updates, we're going to basically have to log in again probably. So let's just see how that goes. Now the final step of this, once the Stripe checkout works, which by the way, in the preview link, it's not really going to load. It's only going to load once it's in a real domain. So using this preview domain, it doesn't really load correctly, right? You can briefly see it and then it goes away. So just for you to know. So now what we want to do is we want to connect this to GitHub. We want to connect our GitHub, right? And then create a repository with this plugin, with this connection over here. And now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and let's view this on GitHub. And we can go ahead and go to this Netlify and add a new site. So we can go ahead and import an existing site, start from a template or deploy manually. Let's just go import like this. We can go ahead and choose GitHub, right? So it's authorized and it's going to open like my different GitHub projects. In this case, it's called Learn Local Hub. So we can go ahead and go here to Learn Local Hub. And it is private, right? Which is fine, I guess. So let's go Learn Local Hub. Was it that one? Yeah, Learn Local Hub. And then basically, I would just leave this empty. I put something here and it didn't work. So let's leave this empty. And let's go ahead and deploy Learn Local Hub, right? So once that's done, it's very, very simple. You just log in and add that site and just do that. And now you just have to wait like a minute or two for this to actually be deployed with a custom domain. So once that's loaded up, you can go here and you see that there's like this little fake domain here that it creates, and click on that and we have it here open, right? We can go ahead and book now and see this specific page, right? With this specific domain. And what we want to do is we can also set up a custom domain. So you can buy a new domain here with Netlify. So you can search for a specific domain like learn local design, I don't know, and search. And you can buy one of these domains like this and then actually connect it with Netlify. Or if you already have a domain that you own, let's say you have like some type of domain in GoDaddy or Namecheap, you can write your domain name here and then connect it in the backend in GoDaddy or in Namecheap. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial from going from ChatGPT ideation to UX Pilot, where we create the wireframes in the UI, to Lovable, where we actually build it, and then we create a little backend with Supabase and authentication connected with Stripe, and then actually hosted with Netlify, where you can actually connect it with a real domain. So this is kind of the whole AI web app experience in a nutshell. If you have any types of questions, you can feel free to contact me in the description, in the comments below, or you can email me. I have my email in my YouTube description. So yeah, guys, hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you learned something today, and have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.